federal judge ruling that controversial Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is eligible to run for re-election. You might remember that a group of voters had challenged that eligibility. They pointed to her role in the January 6th insurrection, her actions leading up to and on that date. I want to bring in NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams and MSNBC legal analyst Danny Cevallos. Pete, can you bring us up to speed on this ruling that's just coming into us here, the significance of it?
Sure, and I should say that this is not the last chapter in this saga.
Okay.
There's one more step here. This is a finding by an administrative law judge, and the way it works under Georgia law is if somebody challenges the qualifications of a candidate to be on the ballot, it goes before an administrative law judge who has a hearing. This judge had a hearing in April. The judge reaches findings, and then that is recommended to the Secretary of State. So this is going to be up to the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, to make the final decision. His office says he will. So, having set the table, what the issue here is the 14th Amendment says no candidate can run for office if they have engaged in insurrection, and that was the claim here. That her support for the Trump claim about the election being stolen, her saying on an interview, this is our 1776 moment, that she was egging on the people who eventually stormed the Capitol. What the judge says here, there just isn't enough evidence to show that she, quote, engaged in insurrection. Even assuming, the judge says, that the invasion, the Capitol riot, was in fact an insurrection, the challengers never presented enough evidence that she took any action, direct physical efforts, contribution of money or her personal services, issuing directives or marching orders, passing along intelligence, or even statements of encouragement that actually furthered the Capitol riot. There is no evidence, the judge says, that she communicated with or issued directives to people who were engaged in the invasion. So for all these reasons, he says, this doesn't meet the test. So it's now up to Brad Raffensperger to decide whether she will stay on the ballot. And by the way, her name was going to be on the ballot no matter what. The ballots have been printed. The only issue here is whether the votes for her would count.